What if everything you thought you knew about VA disability ratings was wrong? Imagine believing 70% was the highest rating you could get, only to discover there's a hidden strategy that could unlock your full benefits. This is exactly what happened to one veteran who spent years stuck at 70%, thinking that was her limit. Her story isn't just about numbers, it's about frustration, hope, and the quiet power of insider knowledge. In this video, we'll uncover the little-known secrets behind VA ratings, reveal how a VA insider helped her break through the ceiling, and show you how you could do the same. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn might change how you think about your VA claim, and maybe even change your life. If you're a veteran who feels stuck or confused about your rating, this video is for you. Let's dive in. Many veterans believe that 70% is the maximum disability rating they can receive, and this misconception often leads to years of frustration and missed benefits. But the truth is, the VA rating system is far more complex, and there are ways to push beyond that 70% threshold that most people don't know about. The key lies in understanding how the VA combines individual disabilities into a total rating, a process called combined ratings. This isn't just simple addition. The VA uses a unique formula that can sometimes undervalue the severity of multiple conditions if you don't know how to present your case properly. Take, for example, a veteran named Lisa. For years, she was stuck at 70%, convinced that was the cap. She accepted this as her reality, not realizing that her complex health issues warranted a much higher rating. What changed everything was when she connected with a VA insider who explained how to strategically present her disabilities, emphasizing the combined impact rather than just isolated conditions. This approach isn't common knowledge, but it's crucial for anyone trying to maximize their rating. Understanding this system means knowing that some disabilities interact and worsen each other's effects, which should be reflected in your total rating. Unfortunately, without the right guidance, many veterans miss out on this and settle for less than they deserve. But that was only the beginning of Lisa's journey, and what happened next would shock everyone. What Lisa didn't realize at first was that the VA's rating schedule is designed with very specific rules that often don't capture the full picture of a veteran's health struggles. Each condition is rated individually, but the VA uses a whole-person approach when combining these ratings, which means they don't simply add them up. Instead, they apply a complex formula that can significantly lower the total percentage if you don't understand how to navigate it. This can leave veterans feeling cheated, especially when they see their rating jump only a few points despite severe health problems. The breakthrough came when Lisa learned about something called pyramiding, a term many veterans don't hear until it's too late. Pyramiding refers to improperly rating the same disability under different diagnoses, which the VA rules strictly prohibit. Knowing this helped Lisa avoid common mistakes that could jeopardize her claim. Instead, she focused on showing how her disabilities overlapped and compounded, without falling into the pyramiding trap. But even with this knowledge, it wasn't easy. The paperwork was overwhelming, the medical evidence required was extensive, and the VA's backlog made waiting agonizing. That's when a VA insider stepped in, offering Lisa tailored advice on how to organize her medical records, highlight the right symptoms, and present her case in a way that aligned with the VA's evaluation criteria. This insider knowledge was the game changer. It's the kind of help most veterans never get, which explains why so many remain stuck at lower ratings for years. Yet this was only part of the story, and what happened next would reveal even more about the hidden strategies that can unlock those final rating points. What truly set Lisa's appeal apart was the discovery of the staged rating strategy, something most veterans, and even some representatives, don't fully grasp. Instead of filing for a single rating that reflects current symptoms, staged ratings allow veterans to claim benefits for the progression of their disability over time. This means acknowledging that a condition may have worsened gradually, and the VA can award increased ratings for distinct periods, rather than just the latest evaluation. By working with the insider, Lisa was able to gather historical medical records and lay out a timeline showing how her condition deteriorated. This method not only added depth to her appeal, but also unlocked additional compensation for those earlier stages that had gone unnoticed. It was a subtle but powerful approach that changed the game for her and many others. Yet the process remained daunting. Many veterans miss out on staged ratings simply because they don't have access to older medical evidence or don't know to ask for it. The VA system can be confusing and intimidating, and without the right guidance, it's easy to settle for less than what you deserve. But Lisa's story shows that with persistence and the right strategy, those hidden opportunities can be uncovered and used to maximize your rating. Still, even with staged ratings in her favor, Lisa's appeal faced one more unexpected hurdle that nearly derailed her entire case. What happened next would shock many veterans and shed light on how unpredictable the VA appeals process can be. Just when Lisa thought she had finally turned the corner, she received a notice that sent shockwaves through her world. The VA was demanding she pay back thousands of dollars. It was a clawback letter accusing her of being overpaid during a previous rating period. For many veterans, this moment feels like a betrayal. After years of fighting for benefits, suddenly the VA is asking for money back, threatening financial stability and peace of mind. What made Lisa's case worse was that the VA claimed the overpayment was due to inaccurate information on her part. But Lisa knew she had been transparent throughout the process. This is where a little-known aspect of VA appeals comes into play: the complexity of how benefits are calculated and how errors can happen, not always due to the veteran's fault. The clawback often results from changes in income, misunderstandings about dependent status, or bureaucratic mistakes. Unfortunately, many veterans don't realize that these letters can come months or even years after payments were made, catching them off guard. And if left unchallenged, these demands can lead to wage garnishments, liens on property, or even foreclosure. Lisa, however, didn't let this setback break her spirit. With the help of the VA insider, she learned how to file for a reconsideration and dispute the clawback. They gathered evidence to prove her financial situation and clarify any misunderstandings. This step was crucial. Not only did it halt the repayment demands temporarily, but it also gave her a fighting chance to keep her home and benefits intact. This part of the story reveals a harsh reality many veterans face. Winning a VA appeal isn't just about proving your disability. It's about navigating a maze of financial pitfalls that can appear when you least expect them. But Lisa's experience shows that knowledge and timely action can make all the difference. And what happened next would shock everyone involved, revealing a final twist that turned the entire case around. Just when Lisa thought she was finally on solid ground, the VA dropped another bombshell. Her rating was adjusted downward unexpectedly, putting her benefits at risk once again. This sudden change wasn't because her condition had improved, but because the VA had reevaluated her claim using outdated or incomplete medical evidence. This is a common trap that catches many veterans off guard. The appeal process isn't always linear, and setbacks can come even after long battles. What made this twist especially frustrating was how little communication there was from the VA. Lisa received the decision in a brief letter with no clear explanation of why the rating changed or how she could respond. Many veterans find themselves confused and overwhelmed at this point, unsure if they should accept the decision or fight further. The silence from the VA only adds to the stress and uncertainty. Thankfully, the VA insider who helped Lisa explained that this type of reevaluation often happens when claims are reviewed by different examiners or when new policies come into play. The key to overcoming this hurdle is persistence and a detailed understanding of the VA's procedures. Lisa had to collect new medical records, secure updated doctor statements, and file a supplemental claim that directly addressed the reasons for the downgrade. This section highlights a critical truth. Even when you think your case is settled, the VA system can pull the rug out from under you. But with the right guidance and timely action, veterans can push back against these unexpected reversals and reclaim the benefits they deserve. Lisa's story reminds us that the battle for fair compensation doesn't end with a single win. It's about staying vigilant and never giving up. And what happened next would completely change the game, proving that the VA's final word isn't always the last word. Just as Lisa was gearing up to accept the setback, her VA insider revealed a little-known strategy that completely shifted the momentum. It's called the Effective Date Appeal, and it's quietly helping veterans unlock higher ratings and retroactive payments that many didn't realize were possible. This approach focuses on challenging the VA's assigned effective date, the date from which your benefits are calculated, which can significantly impact how much money you receive. Many veterans assume that once a rating is assigned, the effective date is fixed. But that's not always true. If you can prove that your disability began earlier than the date the VA recognized, you might be entitled to back pay for months or even years. Lisa's insider guided her through gathering service records, medical reports, and expert opinions to build a compelling case that her condition started earlier than previously acknowledged. The VA can be reluctant to change effective dates, especially if they think the original date was fair. But by presenting clear, consistent evidence, Lisa was able to persuade them to adjust her rating back to the date she first filed her claim. This not only increased her monthly benefits, but also delivered a lump sum payment she desperately needed to cover mounting expenses. This section reveals an insider's secret that's transforming the way veterans approach appeals. It's about looking beyond the surface, understanding the system's nuances, and fighting for every dollar you're owed. Lisa's success story is proof that with the right knowledge and support, veterans can unlock benefits that seemed out of reach, even after years of denials. And the best part? This isn't just a one-off win, it's a strategy that's quietly helping many reclaim what's rightfully theirs. The final piece of the puzzle that Lisa uncovered was the power of persistence combined with strategic timing. Many veterans don't realize that when you file an appeal or submit new evidence can make a massive difference in the outcome. Lisa learned from her VA insider that filing supplemental claims during specific windows and knowing exactly when to push for higher-level reviews can dramatically increase your chances of winning. This isn't just about waiting patiently. It's about understanding the VA's process inside and out, knowing when to act, and how to keep your case moving forward without getting stuck in endless delays. Lisa's insider taught her how to spot when her case was stagnating and the best moments to escalate or introduce new evidence that could tip the scales in her favor. Moreover, the insider advice revealed the importance of documenting everything meticulously, every doctor's visit, every new symptom, every piece of paperwork. This thorough approach creates a trail that's hard for the VA to dispute. Lisa's careful record-keeping became her strongest weapon, showing the full extent of her disabilities and how they worsened over time. This section emphasizes that winning a VA appeal is often about more than just the initial claim. It's about staying proactive, informed, and ready to act at the right moments. Veterans like Lisa who tap into these little-known strategies often find that their cases turn around, sometimes after years of frustration. And what happened next for Lisa wasn't just a higher rating. It was a renewed sense of hope and control over her future. Now that you've heard Lisa's story and uncovered the hidden strategies that helped her break through years of denials, take a moment to think about your own situation. The VA system can feel overwhelming, but with the right approach and insider knowledge, it's possible to turn things around and get the rating you deserve. Remember, persistence, timing, and thorough documentation aren't just buzzwords. They're the keys to unlocking the final rating that many veterans believe is out of reach. If you see areas where you can improve your claim process, or if you've been stuck in appeals for too long, don't wait for things to change on their own. Start taking action today. Reach out, get informed, and use the strategies that make a real difference. Your journey is unique, but you're not alone, and there are resources and people ready to help you fight for what you've earned. Thank you for spending this time with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below sharing one new thing you learned or a step you're planning to take next. Your experience matters, and sharing it could inspire others in similar situations. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos designed to support veterans like you. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and empowers, and we truly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.